Focus, determination, passion, stamina, and the will to win. The end result, the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Extreme Motorsports brings you the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, brought to you by Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment, and in part by TD's Tree Service. Live Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Apex Racing TV, the Extreme Motorsports Ricmotech Sports Car Series here at the Mount Panorama Circuit in Australia. Andrew Woodhouse and Adam Bath bringing you the action from the 1 hour and a half endurance race here. And Adam, well, I can't think of a place that I would rather drive for an hour and a half less than this. It's very difficult.
Yeah, you and me always seem to end up with the endurance ones, don't we? Yeah, welcome to Bathurst, everybody. Looking forward to this one. I know it says Indy on the thumbnail, but there was a picture of Bathurst there, so don't know what was going on there. But yeah, looking forward to this one. It's probably one of my favourite circuits in terms of the iRacing service, one of the closest that we've got to a street circuit here. So I was speaking to Kevin Ford just before you came in, and yeah, he's expecting a bit of a crash fest on our hands here.
Well, I don't actually hate the layout, but I'm rubbish here, and I mean that's adding to the list of tracks where I am rubbish. But this one's one of the hardest ones for me, with the precision needed in the middle sector, on the mountain, tough. And these drivers in the Ford Mustangs and Mazda MX-5s are going to be in for a little bit of a bumpy ride, as they used to say in Harry Potter. Now, Rob Hartley's stuck in the wall. Can you see that?
I know, I'll go to that in a second.
That's disaster for Hartley there. Can you see it?
There he is. Oh dear, how's he done that? Well, we'll have to rewind back before we go to our track guide, actually, to see what's happened here. Let me just find the rewind button on the overlay, because yeah, that is not good.
He's put two wheels. He got some air on the inside of Murray's Bend. Final corner here at Bathurst. Just sent him a little bit wide, trying to compensate, goes into the spin. And yeah, ends up buried in the wall. So he's set a good time already. He's provisional pole in that category, but it does mean that may not be able to take further part in the session, and that's the difficult one for him. Although he has towed back to the pits, is he going to be able to get back out again and set a time? Because it's 2.5 minutes for a lap.
Yeah, it's a long one.
He's only got 3 minutes left.
Only got 3 minutes. Well, tell you what. While he contemplates whether he wants to go out again, we'll see what it's like to do a complete lap of this circuit with our track guide.
Welcome everyone to Mount Panorama, located here in Bathurst, New South Wales, Australia. Great to have you with us today as we provide you your track guide in the Ford Mustang around this beautiful 3.8-mile road course. This is quite a unique course as it's made up of public roads, primarily for the residents to access their homes up and along the hillside of Mount Panorama, which you will see here momentarily. The inaugural event here was the Australian Grand Prix in 1938, which saw Peter Whitehead take the victory. They say the public is welcome to drive this course when events aren't taking place. However, the local police do monitor it heavily and limit your speed to just 37 miles per hour. Well, we will certainly be exceeding that today as we begin our track guide around this high-speed, high-adrenaline road course. As we head up the main straight, underneath the walkway, you'll notice the pit area to our left as we head down here to turn 1, also known as Hell's Corner. Very important corner to get a good apex here and get a good fast launch off the exit. This takes you to Mountain Straight, the first fast part of this course and the first opportunity for overtaking here at Bathurst. A lot of draft on this straightaway as drivers will be climbing the hill, coming over this crest to head into Griffin's Bend. Turn 2, down through the gears, into third, roll the center, back to throttle, get that nice fast exit. Need to get every bit of momentum you can coming up through the hill here into turn 3. And this is where it all begins. The cutting, turn 4. Fast exit, up through the gears, over the crest there. Got to be careful with your shifts. Out of 5, up into turn 6. Fast right-hander, turn 7, fast left-hander. Down into turn 8, known as Frog Hollow. Out of turn 9, that car drift out wide, up over the crest, another blind entry into turn 10. Very fast exit out of 10, up into Skyline, my favorite portion of the course. Turn 11 to the right, right back to the left for 12, and hard on the brakes into 13 to the right. Down into the dipper, turn 14, out of turn 15. Back to the left for turn 16, and then another blind entry of turn 17, and down into Forest Elbow, turn 18. Very critical to get a good exit here as this takes you out onto Conrod Straight as we exit turn 19. Drivers will have a lot of opportunity here with the draft and the high speeds to overtake. This is the actual, or one of the actual fastest straightaways in touring car racing on the globe. Bringing us down into turn 21 here, drivers will race through this section called the Chase, down through the gears into turn 21. Third gear, roll center, back to throttle, up into turn 22 to the right. Down into my favorite corner, the final corner on the track, turn 23. See a lot of racing on the brakes through that section there as this brings you out to the final straightaway, the finish line here at Bathurst. We appreciate you being with us today. That's your thrill ride for Mount Panorama.
Welcome back to Ricmotech Sports Car Series, and you see there just how tricky the lap is. Adam, the one saving grace for the drivers out there is not particularly hot. It's very windy though. I don't know if that'll affect people.
Yeah, it is pretty windy. We get the conditions up again. Just so we run you through the grid. You can see that it's 24 degrees at the wind. Yeah, 25 kilometers an hour, and depending where that is on the circuit, some drivers could get a little bit of help from that, maybe even a bit of slipstream as well, as we now start to form the grid on the Conrod Straight. Hopefully the grid comes up for everybody. There we go. Aeronom starting on the pole position. He's registered to do the rest of the season. Then it's Clint Weiger starting in second, the privateer. Then Kevin Ford for Flintstone Racing starting in third. Tyler Schiffler in fourth. Travis Davis in fifth. Sixth for Russell Ruddock. Then Alexander Caffard starting in 7th, 8th Leon Wright, 9th Andrew Fawcett and 10th David Warren. 2.2 seconds covering the top 10 on the grid. Then 11th on the grid is Nathan Thomas. Then we've got Jeff Jacobs. Moving on to the next lot, we've got Brandon Whitworth, Michael Ruddock, Matt Catila, Raymond Bader Jr., Jennifer McDonald and Chad McDonald. Then we go into the Mazdas, Hartley there on the front row of the grid, then Schwenke, Iannucci, Dam, then it's Jim List, Pasquale Iannucci, Jason Walk, David Payton, Geordie Fight, Chris Torman, and the rest of them, because the pace car is now coming into the pit lane. Getting set then, Andrew, for an hour-and-a-half race.
Here we are. Nom, set to bring us to the green. Just bring us to the green. He hasn't got a great jump at all, though. I think Vigas might even take the lead here. See what he can do. Can he go around the outside here of Nom? Nom with the racing line. Next position, keeps the position. All's clean through Hell Corner. Everybody seems to do okay. Alexander Coffard, is he out? Is he not taking the start, or is he just really badly blinking? I think he's really badly blinking, actually. The only driver that we're really struggling to see, and it's going to be a problem for these drivers, but here come the Mazdas.
Here come the Mazdas then, yep. Here comes Rob Hartley, started on the pole. Watch out for Mike Dam as well. The green lights are on the way. There you go. Mike Dam.
Looked like a bit of a dodgy one, didn't it?
Yeah, they're all sorts of all over the place. I think Mike Dam got a very good head start. 2 positions gained from him by the time he gets into the first corner. And
I think somebody was out of position.
It might have been Pasquale Iannucci, you know, because he's already lost four places and we've only gone through 1 corner. So maybe issues for him.
He was he was 5th. He's down to 8th at the minute.
Look at these 2x2 over the top of the hill into Griffin's Bend, I think,
Bend,
too.
isn't it?
Yeah, yep. There you go. The names are coming back to me. And yeah, Mike Dam finds himself in the lead after 2 corners.
Good start by him, former Mustang champion, of course.
Travis Schwenke, right. Pit lane start, or something like that for Schwenke, because he's only just got going and he's way down the order. He's at the back.
Yeah, that could be. Excuse me, that could be the case. Certainly. Schwenke, Mustangs have all made it through Forest Elbow without incident. From McPhillamy Park then. For the Mazdas.
Yeah, so far no major issues to report in the Mustangs. We've got the top 8.
Oh, crash! Here we go.
It's Walk.
Crash.
Jason Walk. Well, we haven't seen him for a while, if at all, and looks like he's already in issues here. Tyler Schiffler looks like he's been involved as well. Let's have a look what happened to the Walk Racing 08 car. Now this is at McPhillamy Park. Oh, he clips that inside curve, you know, and he just about saved it, and then everybody has to scatter. Unfortunately for Walk as well, he doesn't hit anything either. Well, not hit anything hard, and fortunately he's able to get going again. He has lost a few positions though.
Yeah, it's tough at this circuit, especially if you make an early mistake. Quite difficult to recover. The difficulty in overtaking. So bad in these Mazdas. Uphill battle now for him. Aero Nom by under a second from Clint Vigas, and Vigas showing good pace here. Nom was over 0.6 of a second quicker than anybody else in qualifying, and really is a scary proposition that when you can just pull out a lap like that, especially around here. No, Vigas will be cursing the fact that Nom's back, Adam, because he was 0.3 quicker than anybody else apart from him.
Yeah, he has been missed. He is back. Him, Vigas and Schiffler were all running strong in practice, so good to see Kevin Ford crashing the party there, because Schiffler's currently sitting in 4th position, so I'll wait and see if he can get any closer to the top 3.
You know, looking at the practice times, Nom was 1.2 seconds quicker than any other driver. That's sort of Jacques Villeneuve territory in 1997, isn't it?
Yeah, 97. It was almost like it's similar to Mercedes at the start of this year. Look how that turned out. Well, you say that, it looks like it could be going back that way again after the last few races. As we've got a battle here. This is Branson Whitworth versus Nathan Thomas going over the top of the hill. Into
the thing is, in the Mazdas especially, qualifying isn't always the be-all and end-all. However, in the Mustangs, it can be that because of the different style of racing without as much slipstream.
Indeed, yeah. No move there. We were hoping to see a bit of slipstream. We tell you what, we did see it in the Ricmotech Ricmotech World Challenge as someone goes for a spin in the background.
Oh, Hartley's in the wall. Hartley's been in the wall, and so has Jim List, I think.
Was that just coming out of Forest Elbow?
It was. It was only a light. It was only a light tap. Oh, Hartley was lucky. Very lucky that wasn't a heavier impact, because an hour and a half he could have been over before we've even hit 6 minutes.
And here we go. Here comes yeah, damn. Close.
List having to defend from Iannucci as well, Giuseppe Iannucci.
Yeah, a good breakaway group being formed already here as I try to get the battles to show on the screen. We've got our leader here, Mike Dam. Then Rob Hartley sits in second, Jim List third, then Giuseppe Iannucci fourth.
The side-by-side in the final corner. That results in Zachary Rubin going through the gravel. Iannucci, Payton, Pasquale Iannucci, David Payton and Greg Mack, and Jody Fike sort of in no man's land at the minute, but we're hoping to push up to that front group. Got
a new toy that we've got at our disposal here on the new overlay today. We have got the rev counter.
Have we now?
So at any point we wanted to go on a lap, we can. I just got an accident. What's happened?
I think that's Vigus in the Forest Elbow barrier. Very well was. Again, it carries on. Do not want to do that too many times. You could easily damage the wheels.
Yeah, we're on board with him here. Getting up to 240 or so kilometres an hour as we get on the brakes. Going into the chase.
Oh, he's wide. Bit all over the shop, Vigus. The corners at least. These two are well clear of Travis Davis. What's happened to Kevin Ford and Tyler Schiffler? Have they crashed into each other?
I think he has.
Because
Schiffler's in.
Or at the very least, have they crashed separately?
Let's have a look.
Kevin Ford's out, you know.
Right,
he's well and truly. Well, he's not out. But I went over to him and he's crashing down the front stretch.
Well, I'm just trying to work out what happened to Tyler Schiffler, you know.
And that's with Brandon Whitworth. So, it looks like Kevin might have had a problem with something. I don't know.
Let's have a look.
Odd one.
Just fast forwarding here so we can have a look at what happened to Kevin Ford. I couldn't. Whatever happened to Tyler Schiffler wasn't recent and it wasn't significant because it might just be a meatball or the fact that the engine was overheating. But we're going to see what's going to happen to Kevin Ford now. He's just going down the Conrod straight on the replay, going into the chase. You can see in the background Schiffler's already struggling. It looks like he might have got steering damage from clipping the wall. Oh, he has a tank slapper on the chase. So that loses that.
But then keep
going.
Yeah, keep watching it, definitely. Cars, incident involving cars 98 and 29 is under review. And that is Patrick Prevenas and Michael Key, sorry.
There we go. That's... Oh, now that was unfortunate. Can't tell whether Kevin Ford was just trying to get off the racing line. And then he comes across the front of one of the other Mustangs, and that's really kiboshed his race now. Yeah, Branson Whitworth.
Well, he's out with a damaged engine. I think that's going to be it for Kevin Ford. I was going to say that one of three things happens there, isn't it? It's a hardware failure, or it's didn't know he was there, or he just misjudged it. But again, you find it hard to misjudge that by so much. Someone as good as Kevin Ford. So We'll see what comes of it. The front group of MX-5s now starting to stretch apart. There's nearly 2 seconds between the four of them, and they were right together. So Jim Lister's dropped back. Looks like he's had a problem on this lap, maybe even on the previous one. Mike Dam up into second, Bianucci third, then it's List. I wonder if we go on board with Mike Dam, maybe, Adam, and see him go down the hill.
Yes, let's. Right, we're following Rob Hartley then. Let's go on the roll bar. We've got the rev counter as well. You can see we're in 4th gear, 140 kilometers an hour or so as we get on the brakes, going into Forest Elbow there. Both of them doing a good job to not hit the wall as we now build up the speed going down the hill. See if we can go past 200 kilometers an hour here as we go down the hill. 200 kilometers an hour. Reaching top gear here. Into 6th as well. You can see 7th and 8th definitely aren't available on the Mazda MX-5 as
it's pulling nicely though.
Oh, nearly.
Go for it. Oh, quite. That difference, that's a good lap by Rob Hartley, and yet still nearly taken at the end of it by Mike Dam. Good opportunity for Dam. Do you reckon he might have a... Oh, and that's a mistake. Hartley just going on the grass on the way in, on the brakes, and he's very lucky that MX-5 seems to cope quite decently with the grass. Wide again, but he gets a decent exit now. Could be an opportunity for Dam. You reckon he can get the slipstream into Griffins?
We'll have a look. Jim List, by the way, has just come into the pits. Here we go. On the mountain straight then. Lap 5. So it's going to take a while for these Mazda MX-5s to get lapped. Now into Griffin's Bend. Has a little look, but we see it so many times in these endurance races. The fuel is the aim of the game. Look how wide he runs. Oh, how's he not in the wall?
Oh, yeah.
That was very close.
I'm going to take advantage then.
Up into Quarry and the cutting.
Multiple Mustang champion, Mike Dam, of course. Comes... Well, you can see it's very much one line here. In this section, it looks like Hartley's hanging on for dear life here, Adam. He's pushing very hard.
He's trying his best, but it's not the end of the world if he drops down 2nd place, as long as you keep yourself within touching distance of Mike Dam here. You can see on the timing tower as well that we've just got the Mazda positions here as they go through the S's with such commitment.
I'm flabbergasted by the commitment and the sheer balls that these drivers have got, to be fair, going down here, because you know, I don't mind that section, but you've got to be so precise and with such confidence that the car's going to stick, which it so often doesn't. Here's the thing, but now he's right in the slipstream, down the main straight there, the Conroe straight, sorry. Surely going to have a go now, Mike Dam. It's not going to cost him any time. He might as well pull out from the slipstream. He does. Keep it. Go around the outside in the chase. Yes, he can. Easy that. Kane. Comfortably got it. Well done.
You can see with a new feature of the updated overlay, we've got the live pit stops along the bottom of the screen, so you can see Whitworth and Ruddock are both currently in the pit lane. They're both Mustang drivers.
Yeah, you can see the main number there in the middle is the pit lane time, and in the brackets you will see the pit stop time when it's complete. Ruddock is in, as you said. Which Ruddock is it? Mike Ruddock that's in. Got a car that looks like it's seen better days in the pits, and that's Leon Wright, and I think Leon Wright might be out, Adam.
Leon Wright. Well, when did this happen? I can actually jump to it. Let's find out. Let's look at this then.
No, I can't see it.
I'll tell you what happens then. This is number 77 then, Leon Wright, 1 Wild 1 Racing. Oh, he clips the inside wall going McPhillamy Park, you know, just to run up to the top of the skyline. Hits the other wall. Oh, what a fantastic job of the car behind to not hit him. and the same goes for everybody else because he was in a really dangerous place there, and then he toes back to the pit. So that's happened to
quite a big
right.
one, that was it.
Yeah, it was quite a big one.
It's a very, very fast part of the course there. So don't have a small accident at the top of the hill, that's for sure. Let's see it. I'm just about to see it. Oh yeah, there it is. It's unfortunate actually, because there's that big curb, which is a bit of a target for the drivers to try and just lean on it, get on it like that, and it just sort of spits you out a little bit. I've had it. I drove here in a Formula Renault race last year, and I went on that curb and I got broken suspension. So.
Those
Bit
old
of a beast.
Those old V8 supercar curves, aren't they?
Oh yeah, which single seaters, and I think I did it even in the Kia Optima. I think they broke the suspension as well. So normal cars, so to speak, don't like it. There's nothing normal about this battle at the front of the Ford Mustangs either, because here and home, Clint Vigas, it's only 1.5 seconds the difference, but they've absolutely left everyone else now that with the demise of Ford and Shiflett. 9 seconds clear of Chris Davis.
Big one, yeah. Good job by TD to be in third place. He did okay as well in our Ricmotech World Challenge race that we did a few weeks back at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. It was Mike Dam that came out on top on that occasion on his home event. Despite having a few issues during the race. You can see there we got a Mazda into the pits. That's Jeff Lovell in, one of the rookies this year as well. Really trying to work out how to... This rev counter's great, but I can't seem to get it off the screen. So I've been pressing everything, but you'll get to enjoy that as... try to work it out. Plus that clock is now wrong, by the way. We're not a minute and a half into the race. We're about just over a quarter of an hour into it, so I might get rid of that actually, just because of the way it is. But yeah, we've got a few Mazdas coming into the pits now as we try to make sense of the pit stop strategies that are taking place in the early going. We'll see if this early pit stop for Clint Vigas that he's had will put him in good stead later on, as Prevenus also comes in the Mazda as well.
Depends on how clear things are out there on the circuit, how much traffic he's got to deal with. I think that's always the key. Race like this, a long race like this. See then, there's starting to be some lapping going on, I think, as well. Still hear me?
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Oh, my iRacing's gone completely nutty.
Same here. Same here. Same here. It's going a bit mental, isn't it?
My Q bar has gone all hell's happened with it.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Oh, the server's crashed, I think, has it?
You know what? It could have been.
I'm going to quit out. I'm going to try and do it again. We'll go to a quick break, I think, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back with an update in just about a couple of minutes' time, I think.
Okay.
Back to Apex Racing TV. Welcome back to the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, and we do have to apologise for that unscheduled interruption, but we did go and get a message from our sponsors at Ricmotech, of course, the league sponsors, and do what they had to offer. Of course, they're great products. Yeah, we don't know what happened, actually, do we? It might have even been a UK issue, because couldn't be that we got kicked and nobody else did. So no UK and Ireland drivers in this race, so thankfully it seems like they've all got away with it.
Well, you rejoin us then. Aeronom starting to negotiate the Mazda MX-5s. There he is, putting a lap on one of them. That was Bobby Childs, I think, that he's just lapped. And you can see on the rev counter as well the speeds that they're getting up to as well. Let's get the timing tower up as well on the left-hand side. So it's Nom leading, Viger second. So the first round of pit stops while we're in that commercial break have cycled through. Travis Davis is still in third. Now it's Russell Ruddock in fourth. Coffarda's down to fifth. Then Dave Warren up 4 positions to sixth. Then Nathan Thomas seventh. Eighth, Andrew Fawcett. Ninth, Matt Katila. And 10th is Jennifer McDonald. We've got 2 McDonalds in the race today. You can see there, Jennifer is the one with the white stripe to go along with the paints that they've got. And then Chad is in 12th with the yellow stripe.
Got a chap on the chat, by the way. We've got to give a little bit of a shout. James Boyd, who's to watch Bobby Childs, Vegeta Mazda. Number 88, Bobby Childs, who started in 31st place, now in 23rd place. So a good start then.
Yeah, just got him up on the screen. Bobby
Closing
Childs
in on David Payton, it looks like. So make some inroads on that particular position at 22nd place overall. Tyler Schiffler's back in the race, Adam.
Yeah, Schiffler's back in the race, yeah.
A long way down, but on the lead lap. At the moment, at least. But I think with that pace that they're showing at the very front, I'm not sure how long he's going to stay on the lead lap for.
Charles 9th in class. Jeff Jacobs into the pit lane. You can see that on the screen on the left-hand side. He's just pulled into his pit box now. That is his first stop of the race. Just to reiterate, I don't think actually we have had the first round of pit stops in the Mustangs yet. That must have just been the Q bar issues I think we were getting before we got kicked out of the session. But Jacobs just getting his pit stop done now in the Jacobs Racing Mustang, and then he'll be away. Andrew Fawcett was in earlier. He did a 17-second stop.
I can confirm that information. Well, you are right. There wasn't any pit stops very front. Vigas trying really hard to stay with Norm. Oh, wow. Goes off at the chase, Vigas. No Bradley Walsh here. One. Now, but Clint Vigas is the chaser, and doing a pretty good job, and we know how good he is in the second half of the race.
Yeah, Vigas has been pretty good recently. Was good in the World Challenge a few weeks back. Need Alex Simpson here to tell us how he got on at Oran Park last week. I think it was at Oran Park last week. I might be in the Euro V8 or wherever we were last week, because unfortunately we weren't around for that. Jacobs has been in the pit lane for an awfully long time, so I reckon he's got some required repairs to do. As you can see there, David Warren just sets a new personal best with 2:23.9. And that was a good 9/10 of a second quicker than Alexander Coffarda, who was in front of him. So this could get pretty interesting in a moment. There they are coming down the mountain straight, and the battle for 5th position on here. As I hear tyres squealing, and it's Payton, David Payton, the coaxial racing car. Has gone off into the wall where David Reynolds, and he's had to tow back to the pits as well. That was where Dave Reynolds had
Oh,
No, it wasn't actually Dave Reynolds. It was where one of the Ford Falcons had a huge incident. Oh, it was traffic, wasn't it? Oh dear.
turned into Russell Rudd. He just collided with it.
I think he may have brushed the wall there, but
Was it? Yeah, I think you're right there. It was right in front of poor old Jordan Walker as well. He was probably thinking, please no.
this could get pretty
He
interesting
starts
then.
the race.
Yeah, we're now looking at this battle between Coffard and Warren, but they've got a pesky Mazda MX-5 in the way on the worst part of the circuit to try and negotiate it here as they go over the top of the hill. Remember Lee Berridge having a huge incident here in the BSO MX-5.
He did. He didn't half have a big incident. There's also a difficult situation for the leaders in the Mustangs as well, because Benke and Patty Iannucci are having their own little battle. Vigus and Nom trying to go through, but the one saving grace for the Mazdas is that they do appear slightly quicker on the mountain.
Yeah,
Down it anyway.
Now it's where the Mustang can stretch their legs, and that's them pulling away. Rob Hartley, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, has come into the pit lane. So we're starting to get some of the leaders in classes coming, or some of the main players in the classes anyway, coming into the pits now. Hartley dropping down the order now as he comes in. Not too many other Mazdas have made their pit stop, and it'll be interesting to see how long the pit stop time is. You can see the pit lane time on the graphic at the bottom of the screen. I can tell you the pit lane time, but the pit stop time in a minute. You can see the car getting jacked up as the tyre changes happen, and away goes Hartley with a 23.5 second stop. You can see it in the brackets there. So interesting stop time for Hartley. We'll see if that differs to what everybody else does, and he's back on it again as he leaves his pit box. Also in is Coffard and Thomas, so we've got two Mustangs into.
Got two messages from race control concerning incidents that have happened over the last few minutes or so. One involving car 64. That was Russell Ruddock and David Payton. Griffins, and then you've got 60 and 37. 60 is Chris Torm. 37 is Matthew Catila. So do we know what happened there?
64.
Almost 5 laps down. So.
Okay. Catila, did you say?
Catila and Torman, yeah.
See if they've had an off track. I've seen Torman jump to the pit, so we might have it here. You know, depends if we're in the session or not. Oh yes, it was a Mustang nudging itself up the inside, going into the cutting at the bottom of the hill, and it resulted in the Mazda getting turned around. So is that under investigation, or has a penalty been applied?
Oh. That's a good question, that.
But, yeah, we did find it there, so still trying to work out how to get this rev counter off the screen, but you do get to see the speeds going on. Aero Nom
that's it.
is not into the pits, but Clint Vigus is. Oh no, he stays out. Wonder if he was planning to do the opposite of whatever they were doing. But you can see at the bottom of the screen, we've got the two leaders in, both together, Giuseppe Iannucci and Mike Dam, both in the Mazda MX-5s. Going to be interesting to see where Rob Hartley is, and this is a good opportunity to get the track map up here. So let's see if we can get it up now and see whereabouts on the circuit Rob Hartley is, or Mike Dam as well.
Coming into the chicane, going through the chicane now. Almost in Murray's. Murray's bend for Hartley now. Go through here surely, you would think. Oh yeah, he's going to be through easily, I think. And there he goes then, Hartley. Oh, it's not going to be super. He's going to be through. 2 or 3 seconds clear. Worked out well for Rob Hartley. We've lost Mike Ruddock actually as well. Completely out now. He was in the pits for quite a while, but did come out and do a few more laps. Called it a night. Car 60. Chris Torman's got a lot of damage, as we mentioned.
Yeah, Chris Torman. Yeah, got that damage.
Oh, Vigus, what's happened to him?
Vigus was in. Oh no, he stayed out, didn't
What's
he?
happened to Nom? I think they've crashed, you know.
Oh no, please don't tell me we've missed this. Right, let's have a look. This is going through up to McPhillamy Park. We're looking at Vigus.
Just happened.
Right.
Only just happened.
Got the perfect view from the chopper. Oh, Vigus loses it on his own. He loses it at McPhillamy Park, gets on that high curb, blows the engine as well.
Oh, man. And he crashes right in front of car 29. Patrick Prevenas, who did really, really well to miss him. The end of Vigus's race.
And
Dad McDonald's in the pits as well. Is that scheduled? Looked like it with the damage on the front right corner. Might not be many of them left, you know, Adam, by the time we finish.
oh yeah, Kevin Ford
Not often
alluded
we
it.
say that in this series, is it?
No, Kevin Ford alluded it to me earlier that we could be in for a bit of a crash fest, and yeah, that looks to be the case. Right, into the pit lane comes our leader, Aero Nom. He's survived. One of the few cars to survive this early opening stint. We've still got just under an hour to go here. You can see he's in the
There's a yellow flag. Yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. Safety car is out. He's going to be out anyway. Yep.
Yeah. Right then, the race is neutralised.
Just quickly, I'm gonna steal a quote from one of my favourite commentators, Charlie Cox, and say, "Quick, Adam, if we can go out there on like a golf cart, we might get some points."
Yeah, that's what it is like at the moment. Oh, probably.
Nom's out of the pits then.
Yeah. Now this is going to be interesting to see how it shapes out, because safety car obviously will be picking him
Not
up.
been released yet.
No, the lights are flashing on the safety car, so... Oh, Mike Dam's had an issue, I think. And he's had to tow back to the pits as well.
Oh,
so...
I wonder why the safety car's out.
Oh,
And Giuseppe Iannucci as well has got big damage.
Right, this is what happened then.
Good Lord, what's happening in there?
Good Lord, what is happening in there? Right. Let's have a look then. This is Forest Elbow.
These two then?
This is Forest Elbow. Looking from Mike Dam in front at Iannucci. Iannucci's already got issues. I think he must have hit the wall in the S's. He's pulled off. Now Mike Dam's coming down the Conrod straight. Oh dear! Not car 88. Bobby Childs.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch it on the stream.
Bobby Childs. Yeah, Bobby Childs. I think.
So Iannucci's already off to the side. Child's crabbing. Is he on big problems?
Charles is already crabbing, and there's a roadblock.
What's happened with Iannucci then? Why was he off to the side? Did he crash with Childs?
There was a crashed Mustang.
Oh my goodness!
There was a crashed Mustang at the bottom of the hill. Car 12. David Warren. So
okay.
He's stuck in the S's.
Now we can see why the race admins have decided to neutralise the race. Edgar Sancinelli looks like he's out as well. A while ago.
You'll see it on the stream in a minute. Here is David Warren. There you can see that's what happened to the Mazda. It clipped the wall after he avoided him. He blows his engine, so that's the end of David Warren's race. And then that leads to what we all saw at the bottom of the hill. And that's why we've got a safety car out then. So what this all means is that who does this favour? If you've already made a pit stop, you are okay, I think. It's those that haven't made a pit stop that are now going to pay the penalty, I think. Matthew Catila leads for Catila Engineering. Is he going to come into the pits, or can he come into the pits? Because the safety car's out. Is the pit lane open? But either way, he's coming in. So's Jennifer McDonnell.
I have absolutely no idea. Answer. I guess we'll find out. Taylor is in.
Remember Martin van Luzenoord throwing away a race he led from the very beginning because he pitted under a safety car period. A safety car period that was thrown just for the cause of entertainment, really. in the PSI.
That's true, actually. Yeah, they just threw it to because he was leading by like 90 seconds, and somehow he managed to lose.
Competition, yeah.
Managed to Van Loosenord.
Right then, Aero Nom now leads the race. There's a safety car. You can see that.
All the excitement, I nearly knocked my headset off.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
But why is he in the pits? I don't know, Jeff. I saw him go off, but I thought he was getting substituted.
I'm looking over my shoulder and I don't think
count the players, Chris. Count them. I'm sorry to the American viewers who probably don't get that.
I'm sure it must have made it over there somewhere.
I will try and put a link in the chat to see just to let everybody know what the hell we're on about.
Right, there's all that. Now they've got now the safety cars picked them up, but I think the Mazdas are getting let by. I think that's what's happened, but they couldn't have picked a worse place to do it. It's not their fault because it's just the trajectory of the track. But the Mazdas are now got to pick their way through on the mountain section. Anyway, this is going to split it into basically two 45-minute races because we are 51 minutes to go in this one. Even though just quickly, I've just turned that video on. I'm really using all my discipline not to watch it. Directing while we're doing this, but he's just when he goes, there's been a red card at Fratton Park, but for who? And he goes, no, Jeff,
has there? I don't know. Has there? That's the best bit. He's like, has there really? He's bewildered. Bless him.
Right then. Look at this as they go at the top of the hill. It's
well, I mean, let's see who's left within reason then. Katila, Nom, Davis, McDonald, Bader, Coffard, Fawcett, Russell Ruddock, Nathan Thomas, Difflet, Vigas. They're still in Vigas, isn't it, is he?
Vigas crashed, didn't he?
In fact, hang on, wait. So yeah, Vigas has crashed. Oh, my scoring hasn't updated. So it's them down to Shiflet, 10 of them. They're still going. Jeff Jacobs is just about going, but he's got all sorts of problems. There's Whitworth. Chad McDonald's got a lot of damage as well. Mike Ruddock's out. Leon Wright's out. Kevin Ford's out. So's Michael Key. Edgar Sanchinelli's in the pits. It looks like he might be getting some tyres, is he? He might be going back into the race.
We've got 10 Mustangs left out of a lot that started. Aero Nom is not leading the race anymore. What is going on here? Oh dear! They're crashing on the safety car. Oh dear me!
What's going on there? Brandon Whitworth's involved.
They're trying to sort out positions, aren't they? Because Aero Nom's no longer leading. It's now Alex Coffard that's leading the race. At least for now, anyway, on the safety car.
And you know what? It looks like a couple of them weren't really paying attention there, doesn't it? Because they weren't ready for the checkup. There was quite a fair distance between them. Whitworth maybe a little bit asleep.
Right, cars coming in.
He's crashed into. Oh wow!
Now Mazdas could make it home, and maybe that's why a whole load of them are coming in.
Yeah, they're realising it then.
Because
Patty Iannucci's in, as is Fike and Fike and Zachary Rubin's in, Atley in, also a couple of Mustangs in as well. Nathan Thomas, Difflet's in again.
Right then, let's keep an eye on all
put it this way, it's keeping us on our toes. It's been us well and truly awake, my friend, because we don't really have a clue what's going on.
Well, we've been booted, and we're trying to stay updated with what's going on here as the huge flurry of pit stops unfold here. Let's see if we can get the pit lane camera up. I don't think we've got one, you know. Where they go. Here comes who's going to be the first out of the pit lane then. It looks like it's Pasquale Iannucci, you know. Some have stayed out. Jim List, who hasn't pitted at all yet, at least to my reckoning anyway. Then it's Greg Mack, Jeff Lovell and Jason Walk. Those guys have all stayed out. It's Pasquale Iannucci that's going to win the race out of the pit lane. Then it's Geordie Fike, then Rob Hartley, then Zachary Rubin, and then Travis Fenke and Patrick Prevenus. So a few cars coming in then under safety car, and yeah, this could be pretty interesting. Let's cut back to the Mustangs then. It's Alex Coffard leading, as I hear more contacts under safety car. Then it's Andrew Fawcett, Aero Nom, then TD, Russell Ruddock, Matt Catila, Jennifer McDonald, Raymond Bader Jr., Tyler Shiflett. What's happened to Jim List? Oh, he's now coming to the pits. We've got cars basically all over the circuit while the safety car comes out, and until we get them all formed up, we're going to be on the safety car, I think, for some time here.
Yeah, we could well be. I think we should take our break, maybe our second break.
Gather our thoughts. Or gather
because then because then when we come back, hopefully we'll have a running order for you, and hopefully we will have some clarification as to what the second half of this motor race is going to look like. So stay with us here on Apex Racing TV, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time. Welcome back to Bathurst. We're still under caution here,
but the lights are off, aren't they?
Yeah, the lights are off on the safety car, but we've had a chaotic race. I mean, I don't know how we can sum it up. Lots of issues out there. Lost several of the front-running drivers. It's a bit hard to summarise in just a minute or two, but we've lost quite a few. We lost Kevin Ford earlier on. Fairly big accident. We've lost Mike Dam, Seppi Iannucci.
Kevin Ford.
Lost Clint Vigas. A lot of the big names are out. And we've been under the safety car now for about 10 minutes.
10, 15 minutes, yeah.
Right.
Just
Now everyone's getting end-of-line penalties to shove them to the back of the field. The Mazdas are.
All right. Well, this could then they could extend this safety car. I think either that or they can just be let free and they'll be somewhere else on the circuit. But
Needs
yes,
to form up in the class. They're trying to get the classes together. I think again. Surely, when the safety car comes out like this, you can't have a class restart, can you? I don't know. I don't make the rules. But
all right, Ron. Unfortunately,
it might make it slightly cleaner, though. It might be a good idea that.
Unfortunately for us, because we got kicked from the session, the clock on the overlay isn't right. That's why we haven't got it up, and that's why it only says lap 18. It is an hour-and-a-half race.
I think we're on about 48 minutes, is that right?
Yeah, on the timing screen we've got 41 minutes to go, and that's right. But unfortunately, the overlay doesn't like that. So let's see if we've got lights on the safety car. Are we going to go round again? As things stand, the safety car is going to be coming in at the end of this lap, and it's Alex Coffard for HJ Motorsports. It's the two teammates as well. They're at the front of the field. Coffard and Fawcett. So this has been fantastic for them. It's almost shades of the 2003 British Grand Prix here.
A great opportunity for Coffard and Fawcett, as you say, but can they keep Aaron on behind? Very difficult.
Some Mustangs have come in for a second time, I think. Oh no, maybe one has. That's Nathan Thomas.
Some might have done, yeah, if they've had some damage or something like that.
Right then. Well,
right, here we go. It looks like we are going to get a start. We'll just make sure of that as the race car's just about ready to come in. I'm going to get a start. What's Coffard going to do? Going now. Great jump by the two teammates who can coordinate that. Coordinated it really well. Yeah, it does remind me of the 03 British Grand Prix. Chaos. Oh! Safety car. Whoa, car rolling over.
It's a Mustang.
It's Russell Ruddock.
Oh, dear me.
And how has that happened? Oh, it's quarter panelled by Jennifer McDonald, is it?
McDonald's jumped to the pit, so is Russell Ruddock. I don't know if we're on the safety car again.
Yeah.
But let's see what happened. Going through the final corner.
Okay on that one.
Oh, yeah, quarter panel and off.
Well, there aren't going to be many people left here, are there? There's already not many Mazdas left.
God, there's a few races.
Started with a good 15 or so Mazdas at least.
Basically, the
1, 2, 3, 4.
The top Mazda's in 9th place overall. That is the state of play here. And there's a lot of grey names on the timing sheet as well. But Coffard and Fawcett, the two HJ cars, break away into an early lead. You can see McDonald and Ruddock on the pit lane graphic, but they've towed back to the pit, so you won't be seeing them again.
The irony is Ruddock drives for Flying Tortoise Motorsports.
Oh.
He was doing a bit of that, wasn't he? On the main straight. Chad McDonald's just allowed Jeff Jacobs to go through. I don't know if he's just letting drivers through, but yeah, you're right. It's this is the most chaotic race I've ever seen in the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, and I'll tell you what, certainly keeping me awake at the ungodly hour of 2:25 AM.
It's a good thing it's a time race and not a lap race, otherwise we could be here for quite some time. Yeah, this is really split up the Mazda field. Jim List and Greg Mack have a 0.6 of a second lead. A 6 tenths of a second gap between them. Then Jason Walks 5 seconds behind. Then it's Jeff Lovell, Pasquale Iannucci, Geordie Fike, Rob Hartley. Where the safety car really, he's one of the cars that has pitted twice. Need to watch out for that. And then it's Zachary Rubin here as one of the Mazdas tries to unlap themselves from the leaders. I think that's Travis Fenke. It is Travis Fenke.
So unsurprisingly, incident between McDonald and Ruddock, cars 117 and 95, is under review. But as they're both out, I'd wager that'll get dealt with at the end of the race.
I think the stewards' meeting could be a long one. after this one.
It's gonna be a bloody long one.
I don't know we'll be getting many interviews. I don't know at the end of this one. But yeah, 37 minutes to go. Coffard has a 0.2 of a second lead over Fawcett, who in turn has a 0.3 of a second lead over Tyler Shiflett.
Now, how on earth, by the way, Tyler Shiflett in third position in this race? What's happened to Nom? Nom's slowing, is he?
No, oh, look at this great run by Shiflett on the exit. He's wasting no time here. Nom just got caught out by the safety car, I think. And
oh, and Fawcett just allows Shiflett to go through. Well, so much for helping your teammate out there, isn't it?
He got issues. Is he out of fuel?
Fawcett? No.
He's going very slowly, isn't he? Yeah, he's still got drive, I think.
He isn't out of fuel. Nom looks like he's dropped way back. Shiflett didn't have any pace compared to Nom at the beginning of the race. I mean, Nom hasn't been in it, has he?
Nom's been in.
Slight bit of damage, but that's it.
Don't know whether it's...
But that damage looks to have repaired itself.
Must have been something to do with safety cars. Well, if we do get drivers for interviews after this, then we'll be able to ask them what happened.
And that's all we need to say. It's like Louise Herbert, isn't it?
Yeah. Zachary Rubens had a moment. Let's see what happens. Now this is going into the chase, all aspects motorsport. Well, we're trying to cover all aspects here on Apex Racing TV. Going into the chase then. He goes for a little trip across the chicane at the chase, and fortunately he doesn't hit anything, and he's able to carry on his way without losing too much time.
One of the first people not to hit anything. Yeah, I'm just looking at the timing tower on our stream. Yeah, you can see those green MX-5s on that list very high up. Head to normal. See it then. Ruben. Yeah.
Schwenke's gone off as well. Let's go a quick look what happened here. This is in the chase
way
as well.
Down the order. Travis Schwenke has been quite a way down the order.
Yeah, he just unlapped himself from the Mazda leaders, and he does pretty much a carbon copy of what Zachary Rubin did.
Allowed through cars 2 and 5, that's Greg Mack and Jim Bliss. They're the leaders at the moment. Those two are 6 seconds clear of third place man, Jordan Walk. Now, Jordan Walk was facing the wrong way around on the opening lap of the race. Matthew Catila's just received a black flag, by the way.
Oh, so he's in big trouble. Maybe he hasn't served his penalty. I'm guessing that's what happened, if there was one. Just looking back from the gearbox of Coffard, and Shiflett was nibbling away there. Here's a Cougar on the front of the Mustang there, Shiflett, and the prey is Coffard at this moment in time. We've got just over half an hour to go. Aaron on
his teammate just left him to fend for himself. I'm not having any part of this. You deal with it.
Yeah, we call them. We're talking about animal hunting, but definitely no pack mentality here with the HJ Motorsports cars. Fawcett's now down to 4th.
So Olivier Panis is out of the way, and it's now just Gianna D'Amata that's left. If he leads 18 laps, he's going to win the race. I don't think he's going to lead 18 laps like D'Amata did on that day at Silverstone, but we will see. Cars involved. I'll start that again. The incident involving cars 95, 107, McDonald, Ruddock. That's been deemed as a racing incident. No further action.
There you go. I wonder if they were listening to you.
I don't know. Did I say anything?
I don't know. You said it was just because both of them are out of the race.
Both of them are out of the race. No, I thought they'd review it after the race.
Yeah.
But it's hard to apportion blame in that situation, though.
Into the pits for a second.
Both drivers. Sorry. Yeah.
I was just going to say, second round of pit stops looks set to be starting in the Mustangs. Into the pits comes Matthew Catila. He's in for his second stop.
No, that's his black flag, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh, oops.
That's the black flag, Murray. That's a
Oh, he's just done a drive-through. Now this is shades of Schumacher in Silverstone '94. But then again, in
Did he
America,
get disqualified in Silverstone '94?
Yeah,
Here comes Shiflett for the lead. He's going for it in the cutting. It goes through. That's nicely done.
And that's how you get it done without colliding with anybody in the cutting. So, and Shiflett puts in a purple first sector. So he's a man on the mission here as Aero Nom, who led the first half of the race before the first safety car period, is approaching both of them now, and I'm sure both of the drivers in front will know that Nom is probably the quickest driver out here today.
I'll be honest, it's not super easy to do, is that move that Shiflett pulled off? So he had to get a good run out of Griffins. He got it, that momentum, but Coffard is fighting well here with the front runners, but sense that it's going to be third for him at the best. But we'll see, there's still time to go, but he didn't get the good run out of Forest Elbow that time. And here comes Aero Nom. What slipstream can he get? What sort of advantage have? He's gaining now, Adam. He's pulling well down the straight.
Yeah, we're looking at the nose of Aero Nom. It's going to be a brave move. He can get this done, and he goes for it up the inside.
Going for it. Oh, he's not going to make it, is he? Well, that is the difference between him and someone like me. I would have missed that.
Literally, couldn't have fitted it any better there. That is Aero Nom up into second place then, right. Tyler Shiflett is 1 second away. So we'll see how quick Nom can get that as he comes across the line and does a 2:24.1.
That damage making Tyler Shiflett's car go faster because he wasn't going this quickly at the beginning. He wasn't far off, but he wasn't anywhere near Vigas and Nom as they escaped at the front. There's a battle going on. Travis Davis is right with Andrew Fawcett.
Yeah, Fawcett gained 5 positions. In fact, we can get the positions gained up on the timing tower. Look at those gains. Look at those gains in the
gains
in the the Mazdas. Yeah, quite a few drivers are sitting pretty there. But yeah, this is Travis Davis trying to find a way past Andrew Fawcett in the HJ Motorsports car. Travis Davis driving for TD's Racing, car 54 in position 5.
We've got to mention actually. Sorry, we've got to mention that series is brought to you in part by TD Street Service as well, which we didn't mention earlier on.
Didn't. Yeah, the name is plastered all over the place. I think it's in our intro. Should also mention that in the Mazdas, our leader in the Mazdas is probably Jeff Lovell, because the cars in front have yet to make their second visit to the pit. So this safety car has really opened a whole can of worms in terms of which strategy everybody's on.
And Lovell, he's nearly 40 seconds behind as well. Him list, so 40 seconds ahead of Lovell.
So it could depend on.
Golden Walk is third. What recoveries by Shiflett and Walk in this one?
Really has been brilliant. Could be interesting to see how quick those pit stops in the Mazdas could be towards the end of the race when they haven't got to put much fuel in to get to the end of the race. Pit lane time here for most of the cars today has been just over a minute, but if you've only got to put a splash in the car, then it could be under that, and that could be crucial in deciding the outcome of this race here, as again Davis and Fawcett going to battle here. Davis looking up the inside, but Fawcett very late on the brakes and able to hold on as Tyler Shiflett puts in a new personal best, I believe. The lap time's green on the overlay, which I think means is a new personal best as he tries to pull away from Aero Nom.
Right. What's 23.0, 22.6 for Aero Nom. But I mean, Tyler, he's driven enough races in this series to he knows what to expect by now, and he sorry, not going to be intimidated, is what I was going to say. Sorry about that.
While the battle for the lead in the Mustangs continues, the battle for the lead in the Mazdas is just as fraught. We've got Greg Mack here defending from Jim List, going into the first corner here. List, you can see 13 positions gained. Let's just have a look at the just the Mazdas, and you can see so many cars out of the race. Look at the slipstream then. Jim List is picking up the tow. You can see the open class on the back of the Greg Mack car there. As we go up to the top of the hill, and it looks like Jim List should take the lead back as he clips a little bit of the inside curb. Through he goes. So Jim List takes the lead back. Greg Mack, though, credit to him. He may be an open class driver, but he's trying his best to get the lead back here, and nearly takes it back. But yeah, this battle for the lead.
I mean, we've seen Jim List up near the front before, but I don't think Greg Mack would have expected this, especially when he qualified 29th, which was 11th in his category.
Oh, here comes Norm. Oh.
There aren't many races that... Sorry.
No, carry on.
Oh, he's close.
Yeah, it is close.
No, it's all right. I didn't realise they were that close together. Go then, where's he going to make the move, I wonder? Going to... Oh, turn 1, that's a great run he's got. Quite good enough, I think, for a move, but fairly close. I was going to say, Adam, there aren't many races in which you start 11th that you expect to lead laps.
No, I think the only one I can think of
Not on merit.
for a race like that's probably Valencia 2012 or something. Here comes Norm.
Oh, here we go, here comes Norm. Great run. Shiflett might have to yield here.
Go on, Tyler.
He's on the inside. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's got a great run. Great run through Griffins. He's nailed it.
That was, yeah, there's not much grip out there, is there? And that's what saved Tyler Shiflett. Shiflett maintains the lead.
Well, it's one of those corners where that's where all the marbles get deposited, and that's quite dirty out there, so depending on the direction of the wind as well, it might be quite difficult to hold that move around the outside.
Nom just needs to make sure that he doesn't get too flustered. Plenty of time. We've got 24 minutes to go here on lap 25 of the race.
Trying to gobble up this lead. See what Shiflett can do to withstand it, because he's a veteran of the Ricmotech Sports Car Series himself. Flying down the hill. Tell you what, I haven't got that section right, you know, hundreds of times myself, because like I say, I'm not a specialist around here, but when you do get the mountain section right, it's fantastic.
Flows so well, especially if you get it right, especially if you get the dipper right as well. The last part of the S's, that can really set you off on your way down the hill towards Forest Elbow. Look at the toe on this.
Good slipstream here, but the problem he's got. Oh, is he going to go for it? He is. But the overspeed, Shiflett's going to be on the inside. The car threatens to break away from under Aero Norm as he dives around the outside. And is he going to get this one done? Is this going to be done and dusted for Norm? It might be. Tomorrow's his Shiflett going to have a go. Going to send it. Well, no, I mean, I wouldn't in Murray's Bend either, because tight corner. I wonder now if Shiflett can use, there's a favourable wind direction or something like that that he can use to get him back up the mountain straight. Norm a little bit leery now. He's not having to follow. He's now leading the proceedings in this battle.
Well, that change for the lead happens. We've just saw a replay. Travis Davis get by Andrew Fawcett. That's Davis now up into 4th position. Fawcett down to 5th. But yeah, Tyler Shiflett not going away as of yet from
yeah, I imagine it's a tailwind there, mate, on that straight, because he did not make any inroads whatsoever in comparison to what he might do on the corner straight. But if he stays close by, He's within half a second, 3/4 of a second. Have an opportunity into the final sector.
Oh no, Greg Mack's gone off the track, and he was in the lead. Has he had to tow back to the pits? Oh no, he's come into the pit lane.
He's coming into the pits though.
So it must have been I can probably guess what happened, but I don't want to take the attention away from this battle at the front. You can see at the bottom that Greg Mack's now in the pit lane.
Oh wow!
Is it worth looking at?
He's just getting all kinds of sideways.
Oh,
Starts to descend the mountain.
right.
He's really pushing hard. He wants this gap. Now we'll see if Shiflett can close down the back straight. This is where Nom got a great run as well.
Tyler Shiflett then driving for Team Ramrod. See if I'm sure he won't be hoping to ram his way to victory, but you can see just up the road there are some Mazdas that they're going to negotiate here, and these are this is Pasquale Iannucci, Rob Hartley and Geordie Fike, two of which have come into the pits to make their second visit for fuel. So those drivers aren't going to be going anywhere in a hurry.
Well, that's right, and it's this stage of the race where it ends up being quite difficult for the leaders to encounter lap traffic. Tell you what, since Nom's got into the lead, I mean, it doesn't look like he's absolutely nailing his apexes.
No, it doesn't.
Side by side between those two cars in front, actually. And
oh no, what's happened to Fawcett? But you can see there they've Fawcett is in the pits. But,
no, Shiflett didn't take the opportunity to go through. I think it was a slim one.
Can he get past Hartley? He can. That might save him a bit. Fawcett's into the pits for what should be a second visit to the pits here late on. To be fair, these all the Mustangs have only been into the pits once. I don't know if the safety cars meant that they can go all the way, but either that or we're going to see a sudden frenzy with oh, he brushes the wall there, Shiflett. We could see a sudden frenzy for the pits with just over a quarter of an hour to go here.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those situations where I think everybody's going to dive in at once, but I think might have broken Tyler Shiflett now that traffic, well, not incident, but the simple fact that he got held up for one corner and that's all it took. Nom using the traffic well. I've not seen such a topsy-turvy race in this series. Probably ever. With drivers who simply we do not see at the front of the races getting the job done. Brilliant.
Really intrigued to see how it's going to finish in the Mazdas as well. We've got Jim Liss leading the way there. Then it's Jason Walk in second. Greg Mack's been in for a second visit to the pits, and is still ahead of Jeff Lovell, who went in for a second visit as well. Hartley, Iannucci and co. Are a lap behind currently at the moment in terms of the Mustangs, but I think it's going to take something remarkable for those guys to get to the front of the Mazda field. And just looking at the gains on the timing tower, all of them in green. I wonder if we may have to wield out the old BSR statistic of cars that started inside the top 10 that are going to finish there. As into the pits comes Roman Bader Jr., who's had an exceptional race, 11 positions gained as he takes the turn of the visit down the pit lane.
Tremendous job there. 11 spots gained on in a field of only what, 16 or so. Impressive for Bader as he's in.
Ruben also in.
They'll put him down behind Matt Catila. Oh, off goes Fawcett. Didn't see where it started, but he saw where it finished, and that looks like the chase to me.
Here's the chase, just got it back on replay. Grips the inside curb. Oh, and that unsettles the car. And oh, he does hit the wall. And it hits it hard. It's one of the concrete barriers. And that has done a bit of damage. And fingers crossed for him, he doesn't end up overheating when we get to the end of the race. But fortunately, there's only 17 minutes to go.
Hopefully no meatball coming into play there for him. What a... And when you just look even at the list of cars that are out, Jennifer McDonald, Chris Torman, Russell Ruddock, Clint Vigas, David Warren, Bobby Childs, Giuseppe Iannucci, Mike Dam, David Payton, Edgar Sancinelli, Michael Ruddock, Leon Wright, Kevin Ford, and Michael Key. I mean, we've lost 14 of the 35 who started, and there's some walking wounded out there as well.
I don't even think, even though it was Bathurst, I don't even think I was expecting what we were seeing here today.
No chance. And actually, I didn't expect the amount of actual collisions between cars that we've seen here as well, because it's one of those tracks where it's hard enough to just do an hour. If you're doing an hour and a half, it's hard enough to just drive around the track, let alone you end up hitting other cars.
Into the pits for the second time today comes Alex Coffard with 16 minutes to go. And if the final round of pit stops could decide where the destiny of this race goes. Into the pits also comes Pasquale Iannucci for his second visit to the pits. Coffard, who was running in 4th behind Travis Davis, now in. This should allow Nathan Thomas to go by. There he goes in the drift line, racing number 2. What about Matthew Catila? I reckon Catila could go by as well here. He's just coming through the final corner. Served a drive-through penalty earlier on. 13.6 second stop for Coffard actually, so he may actually be ahead. Look at the smoke that's in the pit lane. Is someone on fire?
Well, let's see.
It's one of the Mustangs. Maybe it's just one of the ones that crashed earlier and is in the process of being repaired. But yeah, a lot of smoke pouring from the pit lane out onto the racetrack.
Have a look. I can't see that on my screen, but I'll have a look on the screen where we get that smoke from. Oh yeah,
might be Vigas. I think
the one at the end.
I think it might be Vigas that's on fire. Yeah.
Vigas' car just obviously abandoned it. It's just sat there smouldering.
Spontaneously combusted or something. Yeah.
Seemed.
Spontaneously
Vigas.
combusted.
I can't.
Yeah.
Heads, yes. Good. Not that one ever before. Somewhere Paul Smith will be like, you'll wake up in a cold sweat now that we've used those puns. The Coffards emerged. Where's he actually emerged then?
In 5th.
In 3rd?
He's dropped down to 5th. Davis and Thomas, the two that got by. See if Nom's going to come in. He stays out. What about Shiflett? Going to be interesting to see if any of these guys can get home from here.
He also stays out.
Jim Liss has a 3-second lead over Jason Walk. Both of those drivers get to come in for their second pit.
Sorry, Jordan Walk.
Oh, well, I've got the overlay to blame for that. It says
it's Jason, isn't it?
It says Jason, yeah.
Oh well, let us know whether it's one or the other, but
Jason and the Argonauts.
Could be Jordan Walk on the, as far as the iRacing names go. That's what we get given.
Whoever sent the data sheet over must be a big fan of the Jason name. Into the pits comes Travis Davis then, in for his second visit to the pits. Looks like Nom and Shiflett are either being very brave in terms of making it home, or are going to be coming in the not too distant future. We'll see how long Davis's stop is. He's going to lose out big here because through has gone Coffard, through has gone Catila, and he's going to rejoin in 6th place ahead of Raymond Bader Jr. So that's Davis in 6th position now.
6th position now. Climbing the mountain straight. Fourth gear. Tell you what, it's one of those races where you're just happy to get to the end when you finish. Up being really, really productive. Feel like you've done something good. Rob Hartley's still going, incidentally, but he's 13th place, so I don't believe he's going to be a factor. He's going very quickly, lapping nearly 3 seconds a lap quicker than our leader. I think he's that far behind. I think he's about a minute behind, isn't he?
Just have a look. He's 5 seconds behind Jeff Lavelle, who's in front. Then it's about, he's about a minute behind. Then it's a further 40 seconds to get to Greg Mack. But and then Jason Walker.
Oh, 40 seconds.
Norman. Yeah, Norman. Sorry.
All right. That was concise and clear. That was what we needed to know.
Right, Shiflett then takes the lead, but
carries on.
He's got to have the in lap of his dreams, I think, because unless Nom has an issue in the pit stop, I think he should regain the lead once Shiflett comes in either on this lap or the next lap.
Remember, it's a fairly slow fueling car, so a couple of laps less might mean a big difference for Shiflett.
13.2 second stop. Away goes Nom. Should rejoin, and does rejoin, in second position. Katila also in for his second visit to the pits. And that pretty much means that everyone apart from... Well, everybody has been in for their second round of pit stops apart from Tyler Shiflett. That's not the case in the Mazdas though, because Jim List and Walk have both only been in once, so they could be en route.
Well, we must stress in terms of the Katila, it's his second pit stop. He has had a black flag that he's had to come in and serve.
Oh yeah.
2 penalty. Tom going on his merry way. It's lap 31, incidentally, if anybody's interested. I did point out on the YouTube chat, but just in case you're not looking at that, I will let you know.
There is 9 minutes to go.
Our timer's broken. Yeah, because we got kicked from the session. Our timer's broken. I'm afraid. Can't get it back working.
But we can tell you that on the live timing that we've got is that there is 9.5 minutes to go. So we'll let you know when we're on the final lap. Not too many laps left.
Yeah, you will see the white flag indicator at the top of the screen. The final lap, but yeah, we've got a few more laps to go. We've got about 3 or 4 more laps left. Shiflett is in from the lead. Now this is super important for where this race is going to go. I can't see him making up this time, but we will see.
Right then, you can see TS, top right of the track map. Aeronom is the blue EN. He's just coming into Murray's now. Probably be able to see him actually from the camera angle that we've got. There he is, coming through the final corner. Unless it's a mightily quick stop from Shiflett, should be able to get by. It's a slower stop.
You can see Shiflett he was moving the wheel around. He was eager to get going again, wasn't he? But
come on, go!
Come on, look what you're doing. But he's away with about the same deficit as what he had before, maybe a tiny bit more actually. It's a good pit stop phase there for Aeronom. Nathan Thomas in the pits from what was 3rd position.
That's his 3rd visit to the pits.
Scheduled one for him.
Something's happened.
Going to emerge behind Hoffard. And behind Travis Davis as well.
Something's happened here between Chad McDonald and Brandon Whitworth. Let's see what's happened here then. Going through the chicane. McDonald goes off. Back onto the track. And then off goes Brandon Whitworth taking evasive action. So Bit of
2 separate ones, was it?
it was just it was Whitworth trying to overtake McDonald and then ending up going off trying to pass him. That's what happened.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right, so that is the pit stop situation finished in the Mustangs. Now we just got to worry about the Mazdas. Jim List now is the only one that List and Walker are the only two that are yet to come in for a second visit, and into the pits comes Jason Walk. So Jim List, he's the only one that's yet to make a visit to the pits, and with 7 minutes to go, is it too early to wonder about whether he can make it back? It is a long track here, Bathurst, so I reckon he could be contemplating it. But you don't want to run out of fuel.
You want to run out of fuel. You want to do it top of the mountain, probably, and not. No, because there is a slight incline, isn't there? At the end of the lap, so you do not want to be in a situation at all. Walk the pits. He's going to be still in second position.
Indeed, he is. Yeah.
Carrying on.
Yeah, Greg Mack is only just coming into the final corner now, so no chance. Rob Hartley.
You know what? Rob Hartley's not a million miles per hour. He's taken Lovell.
Yeah.
So Hartley's up to 4. What? A top 4? Rob Hartley would really be a good salvageable situation for him. So what's been a pretty shoddy race.
Just having a look back on the replay of how Hartley did it. It was on the previous lap, just coming out of Murray's, going into Hell Corner, turn 1, and yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So yeah, that's Hartley now up into 4th position in class.
So Hartley's got half a chance of getting 3rd here. Depends how, because Greg Mack's in 2:34s, Hartley's doing 31s. 2 or 3 laps to go. It's going to be super close.
Yeah, Hartley 2:31 on that last lap. Mack, yeah, 2:34. So where it's going, 3 seconds a lap. We've got 5 minutes to go. It all depends on how many more laps the leaders in the Mustangs dictate that we get, because yeah, Rob Hartley in the Madhouse Racing Madhouse Racing 2 could be finding himself with a chance of getting on the podium here, as we have 11 Mazdas still running on the circuit, as we've just got under 5 minutes to go.
That'd be outstanding for Hartley, though. It really will be. They use the saying in football, don't they? Points gained and points dropped. Won't see this as drop points now, I don't think, after the race he's had. Whereas I think if you told him, no disrespect to anybody else, but if you told him he'd lose to List and Walk and potentially Mack before the race, I think he would have been quite pointed, but turned out it's gone quite well for him in the second half of this one.
List in.
Okay. Now here comes Walk then. Walk stays out. Sorted the fuel.
Walk's already been in for his second stop, so Walk is coming across the front.
Of course he has.
The finish line now. It's going to be mightily close.
Oh, it's going to be quite close, I think, this, yep. Well, let's see then. Oh, and List is out in front. Walk's got a tiny bit more momentum, though. He might be able to use it. Advantage. I mean, he'll pick up certainly a nice slipstream.
Oh.
Very, very nice slipstream up the mountain straight. Over the crest in the middle of the straight. Don't think Jim List has to block the inside here. Just stayed in front there.
Well,
or pit stop phase that one.
The aim of Hartley getting a podium, that's been kiboshed. Looks like he hasn't got enough fuel to get back home on the 2 stops, so he's in for a 3rd visit to the pits for a splash and dash.
Says on the chat, Clint Vigus pitting out. Well, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. Looks like that car is spontaneously combusting enough that it's pressing buttons on its own now.
Quick yo jibber jabber. I'm surprised he hasn't pressed that one, yeah.
Here comes Nom, by the way, with
2.5 minutes to go.
The leaders.
Yeah, this is Travis Schwenke,
Got to exercise. No, it's on with Walk and List.
Oh, yeah. Apologies.
And he's got to exercise some patience here, although the Mazda is slightly better going down the hill. So it might be that you can just blast past on the Conrod straight. Or as Walk's internet takes a turn for the worse.
Goes walkabouts.
Yes. Oh.
Missed opportunity.
Why didn't I think of that?
Oh, look at the speed now. The speed as he goes by.
Power.
Yeah.
221 kilometres an hour for Nom. Oh, this could be a good opportunity for Walk then. Oh no, Schiffler off. Oh, and well, that's just kiboshed Walk, hasn't it?
You can have a
Because
go.
he was worried about him coming back on and clobbering him.
You can have a go at the director for that. I missed it. Here's a replay.
The monogashed director has missed the action, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, he darts to the left and then goes off for a quick visit across the grass. Remember in 20...
But he just scared the life out of Jordan Walk, though, and he ends up missing that. He ends up losing out on that chance to take the lead.
Right then, last lap. This is the last lap. One more lap to go.
Only one more lap to go, yeah.
What a crazy race it's been, but Aeronom, he's just got a few more kilometres to negotiate, and he'll be taking victory here in the Ricmotech Sports Car Series at Bathurst. There's into the pits comes Lovell. It looks like he hasn't been able to make it home either. Neither's Jeff Jacobs. They're all coming in for a final visit to the pits. Looks like that safety car just came just not long enough for them to get home. Andrew Fawcett's off the track. Hopefully he hasn't... look at the damage on Fawcett.
Oh, Lovell and Hartley are going to be quite close together, you know. Hartley just about goes through. Hartley's that's coming to the pits again.
Yeah,
Greg Mack looks like he's safe now. As long as he does actually make it to the end.
Hartley's been able to get ahead of Lovell now that he's come into the pits. Yeah, that's helped Lovell. That's helped Hartley out. So that's Hartley up into 4th position again in class. But I think that once again that is going to be as high as he can get because Greg Mack is 20 seconds away. Nom though, he's just coming out for
I feel like it is. Yeah, I feel like it is as long as no mistakes from anybody else in terms of fuel. Aeronom then, well, when he qualified over 0.6 of a second in front of everyone else, he thought he was going to walk this race. He got a good start, got into the lead early on, and he managed to hold off the advances of Clint Vigas, and he did that for most of the first part of the race. But after Vigas crashed, Dom then took the challenge from Tyler Schiffler. He was able to withstand it. So into the final corner then. Murray's Bend awaits for Aeronom. And victory awaits too. Around the final corner, Aeronom from Estonia wins here at Mount Panorama. Tyler Schiffler coming across then Adam as well. Good driving from him after. Was not a good start to the race. What?
Walk's done it in the final corner. He overtakes List to take the victory.
List out of fuel. Was he or?
Hey, maybe, you know. Let's have a look.
Done it before the final corner, you know.
Right at the death.
Oh, he's done it coming onto the Conrod straight. I think List went in the wall, you know, Adam. Forest elbow. Yeah, he did. He had an awful line. He just needed to get that right one time. More time. And yeah, you can see what happened. Have we got it on the screen?
Yeah, we just got a replay of it up there, and yeah, ran out wide. Well then, we'll wait for everybody else to come across the line. Quite a few of them out
one
there.
mistake, wasn't it? Yeah. Mistake costing Jim List. Walk takes the win. Greg Mack's going to finish in 3rd position. Stuff from him, I don't think he would have imagined that would have happened. Hey, Jeff Lovell in 4th, Rob Hartley in 5th. Stuff there. Everyone's finished in the Mustangs now as well. But he's still out there, Adam, or is it?
Charles Schwenke, he's just on his way to the finish line.
Charles Schwenke quite some way down. We're not used to seeing racing.
20th overall.
But at least he's going to get to the end, it looks like. Very nearly goes off the track. Few drivers not happy. Well, there's some definitely not happy out there with how lead-ins have gone here. Out of character for the series. Schwenke.
That is everybody.
Out of character for him as well, finishing so far down. Sorry, mate.
That's it. That's everybody across the line. So Alex Simpson has told me how to get the results up now. So without further ado, let's see if we can get these results up. So I press this button here, then retrieve positions. I think that's what he said I need to press. And I think now, with a bit of luck, I can press results. Hey, there you go. Tyler Shiflett wins it. 2nd for Travis Davis. Great job by the team Ramrod Racing. No, he doesn't win.
You haven't got that right.
I haven't got that right, have I?
That's not right at all. Because I'll tell you what, while you're doing that, we've got the man who won the race here, and I promise you did. Aaron Norman's here. Hello.
Hey.
Well, welcome to the commentary box. And we said that after the first half of the race with Clint, after he crashed, thought you might have had it quite easy, and then the safety car comes out.
Yeah, I have no idea, because after the safety car, a guy who was a lap behind ended up in front of me, and 2 other guys. So that was really, really difficult.
We did. I must admit, Adam, we didn't realise that they were that far behind on the.
Because Tyler was lap behind, just 5 seconds in front of me before the pit stop.
Ah, so he was still on the lead lap, was he? Just in front of the. But you had a good battle with him anyway, and pretty competitive. So I don't know what you must be very happy, because this is not an easy track at all.
I'm super tired because from the last race, I'm sick from that race because I had the window opened all night. So I was racing last week, and got sick.
No, well, you can join the club on that one as well, because I've not been feeling particularly fantastic as well, but I haven't had to drive Bathurst, so I do have a lot of respect for that. Before we leave you, we're a bit short on time, so but if you give a shout out to the sponsors and friends and family, whoever you want.
Yeah, like always, the league and the sponsor of the league and you guys.
Great stuff. Well, that was nice and easy. We'll have you back next time.
Yeah, see ya.
See you, mate.
Have managed to...
Nom then. Always a worthy winner. And Adam, you found Tyler Shiflett.
Oh, well, Tyler Shiflett, welcome. Until Aaron Nom arrived on the scene, it looked like it was all going to be going pretty well for you. But 2nd place, still a pretty good result considering all the chaos that was unfolding in that one.
Muted himself.
You said.
Well, we might have to come back to Mr. Shiflett in a bit.
I do have the results to hand. Now.
Go for it.
Tyler Shiflett.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Tyler,
hey!
There we go.
Sorry.
That's okay. The one that finished 2nd place, man, a few words. I'm sure not anymore anyway. Yeah, Tyler, before Aaron Nom arrived on the scene, things were looking pretty good for you.
Yeah, I mean, It was a crazy race. I shouldn't have been up there to begin with. There was something wrong with how they reordered the start. I couldn't quite figure it out because I got mixed up a little early in the going there. Y'all probably saw I hit the wall and got nearly lapped, and then after the caution, I got to catch back up. But just a victim of circumstance. I took the opportunity I had. Yeah, I was able to get in front of them. I could only hold them off for so long, and I was hoping to do some fuel strategy there at the end, but got held up in the pits a little bit longer than I needed to, so it didn't quite work out the way I'd hoped.
I'm guessing you're pretty much just happy to get to the end after all the chaos we had before the safety car and during the safety car.
I don't think chaos describes it, but yes. I mean, all things considered, just happy to bring it home. Happy to, if it stands finishing second. I mean, not sure what all happened to bring out the caution. I'm sure it was a pretty nasty wreck. Maybe one part of the track was blocked, so the race steward obviously thought it was best to go ahead and throw the caution. So good on him, and happy with the result all in all.
Just looking at the schedule to see where we're going to next. Actually, just after this one, we're at Indianapolis, aren't we? On June the 4th. Looking forward to that one. Indianapolis Road Circuit probably can't get much more different from the event that we've got here today.
No, Adam, you really can. It's a flat track. It's I mean, depending on the weather conditions, it can be very slippery. I've only raced there once in the past, so don't have very fond memories of the place, to be honest. Not too big of a fan of the road ovals, but get whatever practice I can in this week and make a good showing. I think it's 2 Mondays from now.
Yeah, I believe we do have a week off next week. I think that might be the World Challenge that they're racing. But yeah, before we let you go, Tyler, do you have any messages for anybody?
Yeah, thanks to Apex Racing. You guys put on a great show week in, week out. Thanks to Ricmotech and TD's Tree Service and all the admins, Kevin, Jeff, and anyone else I may have missed, Matthew. You guys are great. Appreciate all y'all do. Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
That was good to hear from Tyler Schiff, Adam, and we don't seem to have the Mazda drivers in here, so I might take the opportunity to make a swift exit, I think.
Yeah, we've had both results being shown on the screen, so yeah, that is the finishing order. Next week then, well, tonight, BSR MX5, I believe, taking place. Don't know where they're going to be at, because we were at Virginia last week for BSRTC. From what I've seen on the Facebook, we could be there again this week, but hopefully not. Hopefully they've got a bit inventive and picked a track. But yeah, we'll see where we are tonight. But either way, you'll see it here on Apex Racing TV. Then on Thursday, BSRTC again, and Friday AOR, and then the usual action on the weekend. A lot of endurance racing and a lot of touring car racing as well. But yeah, that is it from here at the Ricmotech Sports Car Series today at Mount Panorama Bathurst. It's been an entertaining one. Plenty for us to tell Alex about, I think, in the morning. But yeah, it's just coming up to 3:15 in the morning here. So we'll hit the hay. And it was Aeronom making hay while the sun shined here in New South Wales. From all of us here at Apex Racing TV from the Mount Panorama Circuit, bye for now.